Now, the good old flexible budget. Oh boy, oh boy. Now, yes, you can see a sim on this, and yes, we have a sim on this. I would definitely make sure that you know that. Now, I've got three different looks for this flexible budget, right? Three different ways it could be formatted, and they all revolve around the same point, and that is that we use budgeted costs at actual units or levels of activity. The flexible budget accommodates many levels of production volume and as such changes in activity levels. So, whereas the static budget, this doesn't change throughout the year. This flexible budget, well, let's say we've got this is for the full year, as you can see, year one, and we've got it showing at different levels of activity to be kind of dynamic. And we'll see other ones where we are going to have it by month, right? So we'll put the actual data in, the actual levels of activity to help us get a more accurate portrayal, a more accurate idea of what we're looking at. We see here, oh, okay, at the actual level of 18,000 units times $3.20 for direct materials, our total cost is going to be 57,600. We see it actual for 21, right? We do the math there, comes together, all of it. We could change these and that'll flow through and change everything. So this is a plan that's created using budgeted revenue, budgeted dollar amounts. That's the key here. Flexible budgets use budgeted dollar amounts and actual units. Keep that in mind, super important. As such, we're going to use just straight up budgeted fixed amounts, and we're going to use actual units. I'm just going to beat that to death. Oh boy, oh boy. Recap, this is a financial plan prepared that allows for adjustments for changes in production or sales and accurately reflects expected costs for the adjusted output. Analysis focuses on substantive variances from standards rather than just simple changes in volume or activity. Again, this is a adjustable economic model to produce hopefully accurate product outcomes and accommodate changes in actual activity. We'll see two more examples of how it could look. Right here, now we see this is still for year one. We see here, okay, this is just one amount, right? And I'll actually go to the more dynamic one. We see here on this budget, it's derived directly from this 600 actual units, right? We're going to plug in the actual units and the budgeted dollar amount. So Q is the number of products, right? The quantity. So $80 is $80 per unit that we're getting times the amount of units gives us 48,000, right? You can see how all of the rest of the expenses are calculated. Right, so what are the benefits and limitations here? Benefit, this can display different volume levels within the relevant range, and we'll go over the relevant range, oh boy, in cost accounting to pinpoint different areas. Really what the relevant range is just, okay, within the levels that this makes sense. So maybe we're selling so much that the economies of scale allow us to lower our costs, then that's outside the relevant range, but the relevant range is just the range of units. Maybe it's between 400 units and 1,000 units that these costs stay true. Right, so again, benefit, efficiency, accuracy, limitations, they're highly dependent on identifying these costs and properly budgeting those costs. Here's our last version of what this could look like, just to give you an idea. And here we have favorable and unfavorable variances, right? So this is something you may have to do for sim, whether it's in the variance section or in flexible budgets. Here is the production. So the flexible budget, see here, production, it's always going to be the same units because it's at actual units. So here's the actual results. Here's how we get these numbers. We did budgeted dollar amounts times actual units. So we use actual units. And then we see here for the fixed costs, dollar amounts, it's the same. See here what happened. Exactly, we got that. And for example, with variable costs, if we budgeted that we'd spend 70 and we actually spent only 65, there's a difference of 5,000, and that's a favorable difference. What's an example of an unfavorable difference? Well, we expected to spend 95 on supervisor salaries. We actually did spend 100. That would be unfavorable because we have to spend $5,000 more. Overall, much more favorable outcome, right? This is just netting all this together. Awesome. Again, we're comparing what we actually did, seeing how well we did. Looks like, here we did pretty well. So go us. Hey there. Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material. We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.